This just in. There is a moment most business owners experience. A weird pain, a rash that looks suspiciously like the map of South America, or a late night panic about whether a headache is stress or something catastrophic. Instead of calling a doctor, we open the same browser we use for Netflix and ask an AI chatbot whether we are dying. Recently, I did a video about why you cannot trust AI for legal advice. The short version was simple. AI guesses confidently, does not know what it does not know, and cannot access current information. Medical advice has the same problems, but the stakes are higher because a wrong answer can hurt you far more than the long arm of the law. According to recent research and medical guidance databases, there is a growing concern that people trust AI responses more than the advice of trained doctors. But confidence does not equal accuracy. In medicine, that difference matters. So here's why. Medical information changes constantly. It is evolving at an overwhelming pace. One estimate says more than 7,000 medical papers relevant to primary care are published every month. Doctors cannot read them all manually, so they use specialized software like UpToDate, which continuously reviews and updates information. UpToDate has more than 7,000 physician authors and monitors nearly 500 medical journals. Some updates happen multiple times per day when new research comes out. Other trusted databases include PubMed, Embase, and the Cochrane Library. These are not free public websites. Doctors and hospitals pay for them because current medical knowledge saves lives. Now, this is important. AI systems do not have access to these paid sources. They work from older, publicly available information. If medical guidance changed after their training period and no one posted about it publicly, the AI will never know. And for that reason, AI is often giving yesterday's medicine. AI models have what researchers call a knowledge cutoff. That means their training ended on a certain date. Anything discovered, updated, recalled, or approved after that point does not exist in their world. Even tools that can browse the internet, like Perplexity or certain models of ChatGPT, still face major limits. They only access what's publicly available, which means no access to medical databases like UpToDate, PubMed, or Cochrane. They also work within token limits. That means they're not reviewing everything. They're sampling small chunks and trying to summarize them. So just because a paper is online doesn't mean AI read the whole thing or understood it correctly. And it definitely doesn't mean it picked the best source. It might rank a Reddit thread above a medical journal because the language is more common or the formatting is clearer. In medicine, that's a problem. Treatment recommendations shift. Drugs get recalled. Guidelines change fast. And here's the critical point. AI is not a search engine. It doesn't always fetch live results. It usually just predicts the next likely sentence based on past patterns. That's why it sometimes forgets what you told it 10 minutes ago. It can't hold the full conversation, let alone an entire medical database. So while the AI might sound confident, it might be recommending treatments that were replaced last year. Or it might invent a study that never existed. And neither of those is helpful when your health is on the line. And AI hallucinations are not harmless. If the problem stopped at outdated answers, it would already be concerning. Unfortunately, AI also does something called hallucinating. That means when it does not know an answer, it creates one that sounds medically plausible. And there is another layer to this problem. AI scrapes the public internet, which means personal blogs, opinions, and half-researched theories sometimes get repeated as if they're verified medical facts. The AI cannot tell the difference between a peer-reviewed study and a persuasive stranger on a message board with a strong opinion and a username like Detox Warrior 87. So instead of saying something responsible like results vary and research is ongoing, AI will confidently reply as if it's quoting a medical textbook. Examples include fake medical studies, incorrect treatment options, wrong diagnostic criteria, and fabricated drug interactions, and someone's opinion stated as clinical truth. One study showed AI chatbots diagnosed medical conditions correctly less than half the time. Another found that 88% of chatbot medical responses contained false information. For someone already anxious about health, the confident tone makes the response feel trustworthy. That's the danger. It feels right, even when it's wrong. This means real consequences for real people. Medical mistakes do not wait months to reveal themselves. Sometimes the impact is instant. One documented case involved a patient who experienced concerning symptoms after a cardiac procedure. Instead of seeking medical help, they asked an AI tool whether it was serious. The AI suggested the symptoms were normal. Doctors later confirmed it was a stroke, which required urgent attention. Another study found people trusted AI health explanations more than ones written by licensed physicians, even when the physician labeled the AI's answer as low accuracy. Trusting a system because it sounds smart is not the same as receiving professional care. Here is why AI cannot replace a healthcare professional. Doctors do more than interpret facts. They examine patients, observe subtle body language, consider history, culture, lifestyle, and context. They apply judgment formed over years of training and experience. AI cannot touch a patient. It cannot notice a change in skin tone. It cannot hear a tremor in someone's voice or pick up the unspoken fear behind symptoms. It cannot access the latest medical studies behind paywalls. Most importantly, doctors are accountable for their decisions, and AI is not. So, what should you use AI for? Because at this point, you might be wondering whether AI has any useful place in healthcare, or whether it belongs somewhere between fortune telling and horoscope apps. The truth sits somewhere in the middle. AI can be helpful if you treat it like an enthusiastic assistant with no medical responsibility and no authority. AI can help with explaining medical terminology in plain English, summarizing general context, helping you prepare questions before seeing a doctor, and those are all similar to reading a medical dictionary or watching a short educational video. They are informational, not diagnostic. What AI should never do is tell you what condition you have, whether a medication is safe for you, or whether a symptom is serious enough to get checked. Diagnosis requires human judgment, access to current evidence, and sometimes physical examination. It should never be used to diagnose, prescribe, or decide whether symptoms require care. Your health and your life deserve more than a confident guess. If clarity matters in marketing and business, it matters 10 times more in medicine. Guessing may work for dinner recipes. It does not work for medical decisions. If you want clarity in how you communicate with customers and write messages that help people trust you, my free 5-minute marketing fix can help you start small with one sentence that explains what you do and why it matters. You can download it for free in the description below, or you can go to strategicmarketingtribe.com/fix. What about you? What is the strangest health question you have ever asked the internet? I'll go first. I once asked why my dog's urine smelled like chemicals. Okay, your turn. What's the strangest thing you've asked? Let me know in the comments. I'm Vicky Sidler from the Strategic Marketing Tribe, and I post helpful news updates for small businesses every day.